I think I'm ready for Kilian. I didn't think I would say it. I thought that he would maybe be a late, maybe early September type guy, get a couple starts before, obviously everything goes away. And maybe kind of squeeze out some more time for him by, bringing him up during September so he gets a few more starts. But I look at his stat lines each and every time he goes out there and pitches, and it's time. I don't see anything else that holds him back other than the fact that maybe the Cubs have promised more starts to Steele, and that's fine. I get it, but you got to make room at this point. And you have so many guys who are hurt. Miley's back on the DL, Smiley as well hurt. So now's the time to give him a chance and to move things around if you feel comfortable. Or since you have so many guys that are out, just pencil them in for a start soon just to get you through. But it would be interesting to see, when they actually, because I'm sure Jed and company have an idea of when they want to bring him up. It'd be interesting to see their timeline for him. And if they actually truly think that he's getting better instruction down there or learning more at the AAA level than he would under Tommy Hottovy. And if that's the case, I don't feel too comfortable about that. And I don't think that that's true either anyway. So, yeah, with that said, that's what I want to happen with the roster. But, Steele fought it today, only giving up 3 and kind of struggling with his command, I think is kind of a blessing to come out of that start. But yeah, I think that all things considered, I think it's time to give the young kid a try.
Yeah, and I think just back to what you said about Steele, right? We saw it a lot last year when he was still working out of the bullpen. Is his stuff, he can gas it a little more, right? Like 94 all of a sudden becomes 97, 98 on the fastball. Maybe he's not throwing all 4 pitches either if he's coming out of the pen. Maybe he's just throwing his slider and his fastball and then maybe working in a changeup or something or a third pitch of some sort every once in a blue moon. But that plays in that role that you're talking about there, Juice, with that kind of, guy that can give you multiple innings out of the pen, does it maybe more than once a week here and there, depending on how many pitches he throws, and maybe it is giving Keegan a place in the rotation. Maybe it's just keeping Keegan in the role that he's in and having 2 guys, like you said. And I think the Kilian move is coming, and I know Scott here would love to see Kilian on Saturday night against the Cardinals. That would be cool and tough, and it would be cool and tough. I just don't think it's happening as soon as we want it to, and I think it's a little bit of a bummer because I agree with you. I mean, he's done so much and so well at the AAA level. He's got a 2.06 ERA, absolutely ridiculous, and that was with him finally getting beat up in his latest start. But it's going to be interesting. I agree with you. I think the timeline is going to be the most fascinating part of his development because you do have a guy like Swarmer who I think has at least earned another start in the rotation for now, especially with all the injuries. I think we will see Kilian at some point. I really do. And I think it's going to be sooner than later. I don't think we're going to be waiting until the end of July to see Kilian. I really don't. I think we'll see him a couple of times. I think we might see him 2, maybe 3 starts before the trade deadline. Maybe with the first one coming in like late June, I could see that happening. Maybe if they have a tough run of the schedule or something, and guys are a little beat up, maybe they do that at that point. But it's really going to be fun to see him both in the near term and in the long term, in sense of, him growing, right? Like that's the long term outlook. But then who knows? Maybe him coupled with Justin Steele and Keegan Thompson in the pen and some of these other guys, all of a sudden, like you said, Juice, maybe they do start winning more ball games. Who knows? But it will certainly be interesting to see